The drug MDMA, or ecstasy, was accidentally created originally by Anton Kolich, a German chemist. It was patented in 1913 by the German chemical company Merck, supposedly to be sold as a diet pill and to slow bleeding, due to MDMA being a vasoconstrictor. Notwithstanding, the company decided against marketing the drug and had nothing more to do with it. During the drug's dormancy, it was rumored to be tested, along with similar drugs like LSD, by the US Army during the Cold War because it was said to be used as a truth serum. In the late 1970s, a man named Alexander Shulgin conducted the modern research of MDMA. Shulgin graduated from the University of California at Berkeley with a PhD in biochemistry and later landed a job as a research chemist with Dow Chemicals. After leaving Dow, due to his controversial patents, he continued his legal research of new compounds specializing in the phenethylamine family of drugs. MDMA is but one of the 179 psychoactive drugs, which he described in detail, but it is the one which he felt came closest to fulfilling his ambition of finding the perfect therapeutic drug. Only a few therapists experimentally researched and tested the drug between 1977 to 1985, for use during psychotherapy sessions, despite the fact that the drug had never undergone formal clinical trials nor received approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for use in humans. MDMA is classified as an empathogen, and psychiatrists began to use it with their patients to allow them to be more communicative, with some even calling it penicillin for the soul. The most prominent desirable effect of MDMA is how it breaks down the walls of communication by alleviating feelings of guilt, remorse, and fear. Also, during the 70s and 80s, because of the effects that MDMA has on the mind, nightclubs and dance clubs became an opportune place to take the drug. It was so popular in the party culture because of its ability to allow you to be active for hours without sleep or nourishment, which can be very deadly. In 1985, MDMA received massive media attention when a group of people sued the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency to try and prevent them from outlawing the drug by placing it on Schedule 1. The U.S. Congress had passed a new law allowing the DEA to put an emergency ban on any drug that they thought might be a danger to the public. On July 1, 1985, this right was used for the first time to ban MDMA. A hearing was held to decide what permanent measures should be taken against the drug. One side argued that MDMA caused brain damage in rats because of its similarities to the drug MDA, a variant of MDMA. The other side claimed that this might not be true for humans, and that there was proof of beneficial use of MDMA as a drug treatment in psychotherapy. The residing judge, Francis Young, after weighing the evidence, recommended that MDMA be placed on Schedule 3, which would have allowed it to be manufactured, used on prescription, and subject to further research. But the DEA decided to place MDMA permanently on Schedule 1. Trial research into the effects of MDMA on human volunteers resumed in 1993 with the approval of the Food and Drug Administration, the first psychoactive drug approved for human testing by the FDA. But MDMA still remains on Schedule 1. The use of ecstasy and other psychoactive drugs, such as LSD, are still prevalent in the club scene today, and may remain so for years to come. Think of illicit drug use relative to bootlegging alcohol in the 1920s. History does repeat itself. Ecstasy has greatly influenced the generation of people that used the drug during the 70s and early 80s. Those people are our nation's workforce today, including the common blue and white collared, teachers, scientists, and even political leaders.